Welcome back to The Trade. I'm Gina Beck.
This is Drew Williams.
Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all, especially for all the reviews on Apple Podcasts and all the comments. It's just amazing.
Yeah, like I said, the continued support, always at hashtag Banana Cats from those same names. We see you guys every time. Thank you guys again. We couldn't have got here. This is episode 45.
Hey, it's season 1. Are we going to do a season 2 soon? What is our plan?
I don't know what we're going to do with that. I don't even know how that works with podcasts yet.
I don't know. I think you just do it.
Rogan's on like 1,600 or something like that, so I think you just keep going.
So many. Yeah, so many. I see some that do seasons.
Some of them do, and it does make it a little bit easier to find sometimes.
How are you, Drew?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just kind of want to jump into this podcast. As you can see by the title, what it's about, I'm just going to start off, I guess, something that what I've been seeing the most. A lot of federal officials are worried, along with people that I even see in comments and posting videos and things like that, just
say your name. We're going to butcher it, because if someone can tell us, if we have listeners in the UK or someone that knows how to say this right, like phonetically spell it out in the comments. I don't know if it's Ghislaine, I don't know if it's Ghislaine. We're going to call her Miss Maxwell because I don't want to butcher it for 20 minutes.
Perfect. Miss Maxwell, they're worried that she might take her own life after her arrest. They took away her clothes and sheets and made her wear paper attire while in custody. An official familiar with the matter told, I guess, the press, the steps to ensure Miss Maxwell's safety while she's locked up at federal jail in New York City extend far beyond the measures federal officials took when they first arrested her in New Hampshire last week. The Justice Department has implemented additional safety protocols, and federal officials outside of prisons have been specifically tasked with ensuring there's adequate protection. So they're just making sure that she's okay, and they're keeping an eye on her. But we've heard that before, right?
Supposedly there are, so she is not in, I see a lot of people saying she's in the same prison. She's not. She's been transferred to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Epstein suicided himself at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan. So they are in separate facilities. Granted, the same area, it's just across the bridge. But they say there's more protocols in place. But she's got to live, her arraignment and bail is July 14th.
Some of the protocols, they say, is ensuring that she has a roommate in her cell, and that is monitored, and making sure someone is always with her while she's behind bars.
Always with her? Like someone, does that mean another inmate, or does that mean like, that's so vague? Like
it's very vague. It just says another roommate.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a roommate. Sounds like another prisoner. That's so oddly worded. Like,
and it also says here that Maxwell was arrested last Thursday on charges she helped lure at least 3 girls, one as young as 14, to be sexually abused by Epstein, who was accused of victimizing dozens of girls. But I don't think that's just...
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of rumors around all this, because one of the rumors is that she's actually been in custody for 6 months and been undercover collecting data.
Do we know that for a fact, or is it just a rumor?
That's just one of the bigger conspiracy theories going around. There's so many conspiracy theories going around all of this. Did you watch any of the clips from Maria Farmer? She was the first victim to come out against Epstein way back in the day. She's I'll leave a description.
If she's in the documentary, yes, I have. She's in the documentary?
I believe she definitely is. There's newer interviews with her. They're more recent. 60 Minutes Australia got it. I'll leave the link in the description. You do have to run a VPN to watch the full episode on her, but you can find the clips. We'll link those too. She described Maxwell as helping Epstein actually terrorize her. and would describe things like, like they were like veiled threats. So you could get shot in the back of the head if you were walking down the street here, things like that. And she was terrorized for like over a decade or something like that by Maxwell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's sad. Do you think that Miss Maxwell will give names? You think she's gonna spill
Yeah, I
some
think if she
beans?
if she doesn't suicide herself like the last time and she actually goes in, absolutely. I think because they almost give you no, because this is gonna be federal conviction, isn't it? Something they're like their conviction rate's like 90%. So she's got 3 luring of minors for procuring for sex. So she's got those charges. I think she's gonna name names, especially with the Prince Andrew, those type of ties. If you believe the JPEG upload of the roster, Bill Clinton's name's on the Lolita Express like 36 times or something like that. It's 30 plus. I think there's going to be, and I think there's going to be a lot more names that might be more devastating in the fact that they might be like CEOs of like big companies and things like that. So we might not necessarily know them right now, but we will know them. And they're probably big money, maybe politicians. I think a lot of things that I necessarily don't know if all of the accusations are completely true and if the roster's true, because both of those things could be faked, especially nowadays. I mean, it really takes like a lot of like digital detective work to figure out, and I don't have those expertise. I'm sure we might have somebody listening that has those, but that's a very specialized field to be able to go through digital data and actually see what's going on and when and where it was created and things like that.
So speaking of that kind of, I was paying attention to some news articles. I'm trying to find out some facts that we could talk about on this podcast, and I came across, you know, Chrissy Teigen. I don't know if people know of her, John Legend's wife. I don't really know too much about her or John Legend, but I saw that she was being falsely accused of being on the list, being on the flight. What is it called?
It's like a roster.
The roster, right? What you just said, the roster, and she denies it. Chrissy Teigen, she's well known for speaking her mind and speaking up and even firing back at people in the comments if they say something that she doesn't like. She'll get in an argument with people in the comments and stuff like that. Those Twitter fingers, man. She's not afraid to use them. So she was saying how she was not on there. And, if she was on there, she'd be a victim. And also, Yolanda Hadid, she denies that she allowed Miss Maxwell to stay at her house. So there's people who have been being falsely accused.
Yeah, there's some big names too, even way bigger than that. Like a lot of people think Oprah's involved in it, and like
Right.
I say what you will about Oprah, but I really, really have my doubts. Like I know people, they want to believe a lot of conspiracy things about celebrities and stuff right now, but there's just some people I don't believe. I mean, but I think part of his shtick, whatever you want to call it, was possibly even setting people up having sex with women, maybe not knowingly that they were underage, some of them, so he could blackmail them later on. Because I mean, for him to get away with what he did for so long, and then you had in the link that we'll put in the description, there's just an interview with a lady named Christina Oxenberg, and she's a Serbian American writer, humorist, and fashion designer. She's also a Serbian royal and cousin to the British royals, and she apparently took photos and things like that for Maxwell at one point. And she claims Maxwell told her that the Lolita Express, which is their Epstein's infamous airplane, was wired for mics and cameras everywhere on it. So it makes you, and there was also reports of one of the houses was like that too. So it makes you think like.
And did the people going there not know this?
Yeah, I don't think any of those people knew that. Like, I guarantee Bill Clinton did not want to be recorded in any of this coming out. If it's as deep as we think it is, I don't think any of those people knew. That's what I think part of his shtick probably was probably blackmailing them. Some of them, a lot of them probably willingly did a lot of those horrible things, but I'm sure he was able to get some other people, which is sick. It's sick either way, but I don't know. We'll see if she makes it. She got to the 14th, so 5 days as of right now. She's got to make. That's a long time.
We'll be paying attention closely to this because we definitely want to make sure we have the facts and we're just keeping up to date on what happens. But also, that's probably another reason why they would put themselves in situations to take pictures with certain people. Because even though that they didn't get on the plane or they weren't on the island, even having a picture with, Miss Maxwell or Epstein, you're automatically just a target for some kind of hate, right? Because, oh, why are you in a picture together? But you got to understand there's paparazzi everywhere. A lot of these people hang out in a public setting with a lot of other people. When these pictures are taken, you have to do a little more research, make sure you're getting the facts on who really has been on the plane and at the
It's
island.
such a heavy title to just throw around at someone. I mean, pedophile is a pretty serious fucking charge, and a lot of times, even when people get proven that they actually were involved in those acts, those type of things stick on them for the rest of their life. And
Yeah.
if people are getting wrapped up into this and they're not at all involved, it's really sad because they're trying to it would be crazy. You saw the John Benet Ramsey picture, right? That supposedly has Ghislaine, Ghislaine in the background, and it's not a doctored photo according to a bunch of Wired.com, I think was the one that I was reading. It was talking about it's not like an altered image. It could be her. It's not verified her. It definitely looks like her, and it's extra creepy being at a child's beauty pageant. I mean, was she curing kids there?
Yeah, who knows the story behind the picture, right? Besides the people that were there. That's crazy.
Yeah, all of them are dead, I think, besides the brother, right? The mother's dead now. I mean, John Benet.
And her.
Yeah, John Benet's way gone.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know if we'll get any answers from that, but I really, really, really hope that there's some good people in place in the correctional facility, and they are actually going to make sure that she makes it to everything, and she could be the key to changing a lot of things. Because if it's as deep as we are, might be able to change the world. You never know. I mean, it sounds cheesy, but if you could take down some elite pedophile ring, that seems to be world changing to me.
I think more and more people are, coming to a point where they see that it's a problem that needs to be fixed. That you shouldn't, more people are more comfortable on talking about the subject. I see every day. I see more things about it, and it's sad to see, but at the same time, it's great to see that people are speaking up about it because it never really was as much as I see it is now. And people are caring more, and it's amazing. So we just have to keep the momentum going and get laws changed.
But keep facts, you guys, because I know the conspiracy stuff is fun and crazy, and we were talking about the John Benet thing, and it piques my interest too. It's crazy, but we already have the real conspiracy. We have Epstein and Miss Maxwell who really did procure kids. They're in jail. They were in jail, and one of them's still in jail currently. So that's a crazy conspiracy in itself. Take out any of the other crazy stuff. I mean, that's pretty deep, especially when you start getting British royals involved and Bill Clinton, and those things are pretty confirmed at this point. Maybe they didn't have sex with minors, but they were at least hanging out with them. That's weird.
Allegedly, but we'll find out. Hopefully.
It's sad to laugh at it, but that's all you can do. Because with the Epstein thing, we're never gonna.
Well, it's been so long. It's been rumors and talked about for so long. It's when are these people gonna pay? That's what everybody's asking now. It's not about, we're not surprised by anything, I feel like. Well, some people are. I feel like if your favorite celebrity, I don't want to name anybody's name, but say your favorite celebrity that you thought, or that you look up to, that you thought would never do anything bad, comes out to be a pedophile.
I'm thinking of two right now. We just spoke about one of them.
Right?
It ruined
a handful, actually, a whole handful.
Actually, a lot of them are coming out as creepers. It is. It is what it is.
And
I mean, they show
it's
that
surprising, but it just,
they come from all classes, all race, all backgrounds. It's an
yep,
epidemic that, like you said, it's sad, but it's good to see people are finally facing the reality of it. And they're
yeah,
like when we were doing with when you were decoying, those were, this is no diss on the teens out there exposing predators, but those are the bottom of the barrel of the child
oh
predator.
yeah,
They are.
mm,
It's just the honest truth. I mean, Maxwell's like empress of that type of shit. And the
mm.
fact that she's in jail, and if she makes it through and starts naming names, maybe we'll start seeing those push for predator hunters to be like bounty hunters. Maybe.
A lot of things. I feel like a lot of things will come out. A lot of people are gonna have their minds blown. It's gonna be crazy. We just have to wait and see what happens. So I guess we'll just wrap it up here. Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I love y'all. I really appreciate y'all too, especially the reviews on Apple Podcasts. Make sure to go do those for us. We'll leave all the links in the descriptions for everything that we've talked about. Our links to our other socials. If you have a story that you want to be that you want told, make sure to hit us up and we'll talk about it. Love y'all. Banana cats.
Much love, Banana Cats, and happy 710 to all the stoners out there. Peace.